10%, that's
We'll go for
35.
stacking.
And
neutrals-
Gyrocopter
also
is
5%
Yeah.
more gold.
That's
just
right,
in
neutrals
general,
worth more.
non-ancient.
both teams have got heroes that actually clear camps fairly fast, so both teams will
yeah, Luna's, Gyros.
have
Well,
fun
what
with
we
that.
got, yeah. So I think the Dazzler's going to be good. I think it's a good lineup from Winstrike. The Axe and the Phoenix still is pretty great.
Yeah.
But if Winstrike can play this Gyro combo really nicely, I guess they do have a mid Rubik, so that's sort of the one
Yes.
question, right? Let's see if Iceberg can do
And
it. this patch,
Magical
and
is
if
playing
that's
Invoker.
super strong.
Magical is pretty crazy.
And Magical is a player. I would
Yeah.
rate him top. Yeah, yes.
Top 2. Yeah. He has had some good games.
Yeah.
I think his
After
Invoker,
no
his,
one.
his Lina, his TAs. So these high skill heroes he's been very impressed with.
Alrighty then.
Well, here we go.
Game number 1 coming your way. Navi versus Winstrike.
Let's have a look what we got going on here.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my spot so
Yeah.
I can read.
Get on the PC,
get
sir.
on the PC so I can be smart.
Be the analytical man.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It will be a TriCast, sort of, in a way.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're watching
chilling.
from Dota 2. It's a quadrillion cast. We're casting with the beautiful viewers at home.
Give Lacoste 1 second so he can be mixed down.
Mix it down.
Mix him down.
Are you mixing me down?
Oh. Oh.
Exciting.
So that's gonna be position
What we got?
5 Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saneko. See what he can do on the old bird. Still
30 seconds.
still
to
very
battle.
nice.
I mean, in terms of fighting, which we know these, and you know, if the games are shorter, then you're gonna see them fighting early more often. I think the fighting of Navi looks very nice, but they do need those levels on the Invoker. I think that's gonna be their crutch. On the other side, Brewmaster is still pretty good.
Pretty good. He's better. Brew is like broken. Like, look at this stuff. He just runs at you and he slaps you and stuff. We're going to see Saneko come in to try and contest the rune. Always want to fly in a bit of trouble. He's going to get chased down by Chu and Saneko. But, looks like they won't have quite enough damage, even with the treat. Always want to fly.
I mean,
Should
if
be
it
fine.
was Batch, the previous
Yeah.
one, dive at 20% low on every level. One.
Yeah. One of the changed spells, by the way, for Brewmaster is his Drunken Haze got replaced by a Cinder Brew.
Yep.
It covers the target with alcohol on a 400 AoE, and it slows them by 25% and causes them to have a chance to attack themselves instead of the target. It lasts 7 seconds, and if the targets are hit by any fire-based spells, that got removed, I think.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
wise, but
Yeah.
it's just spell
So,
damage.
still spell damage. If the target gets hit by any spell-based damage, the duration will refresh, and they will burn.
I think they changed it a bit more than that as well. You're in the sea.
Yeah, I'm
It's
reading.
not-
It's not.
They didn't just trade it out. They changed
No, but
it.
otherwise the first bit wasn't there. So let me just change. Let me just go to C and see what they did over there. It counts as a nerf.
I'm liking this mid surf for Iceberg. He's been
Top lane.
trying for the old axe creep pull of the wave. While Winstrike, they've got Silent ready with the rocket barrage damage. That's going to be first blood for Yamich.
Yamich. Yeah, that's a new player. They benched Noty here. Yamich.
No, but interesting. I've never seen him before.
No, his
Totally new guy.
media page is red.
Oh.
Not good.
Oh
not
yeah,
good.
he doesn't have one yet. But anybody
new
can make
guy.
it. If you know a lot about this guy, feel free to make
Yeah,
one.
feel free to tweet at Keeping It Kyle. Tell him all about Yamich's home life and past, and Kyle will appreciate it.
I mean, Axe has trying to
Do the
cut the creep way, but he can't do it. They just use the rocket and...
Oh, so far, I mean, Winstrike, they're having a better time in all the 3 lanes, getting that little bit more farm on the cores. Mid lane, Iceberg crushing it, the early levels, up against Magical's Invokers. It's always going to be the harder time for the Invoker at the first few levels. And Iceberg's certainly punishing him.
He's also playing Warcraft,
Yeah.
and Fade Wall, which time getting the last hits bottom lane.
I always want to fly, nearly falling there as Chu moved in with that new old avalanche with all those little old stuns holding down the dazzle, making it very hard for him to do much at all. Down around with the quick burst here, but always want to fly's got to be a bit careful. Mid lane Iceberg able to grab the haste rune down bottom. Straight back towards the lane, continues to CS and absolutely owning it. And he's going to have that haste rune removed by the tornado.
Yep.
But still coming out a good wave or so on top, 21 for 5 against the 15 for 1 of Magical.
Is it supposed to be like that?
Rubik is a very strong laner. Like that this is why people like to play him in the mid lane.
Yeah.
I think this is sort of expected the first few levels that the Rubik's going to have the better time than, as you said, like a Quaswex and Motor.
He's gonna catch.
Yeah, down the line, yeah, for sure. But this sort of advantage for a Rubik in lane and in a 1v1 is expected.
I mean, most of the time you would Quaswex them.
Yeah.
So they can last hit in the lane and
All the no talismans. And Blizzy is going from camp to camp. He got
He's going to try and cut the creeps
He's
again.
gonna cut the creep move indeed. He should be fine against the Io Gyro, right?
Well,
really
he
kill him?
did try this once earlier and they did manage to get him. Oh, Magical.
stay far away.
Oh, Magical's got backup. Seneko dives in. Iceberg turns around with the telekinesis, but it won't save him. Blizzy. Creeps over, try and use them to help him clear out some of the neutrals. Down bottom, non-grata.
Adjusting.
Taking a lot of damage.
I mean, it's this new running at them with this stupid amount of crits, a crazy amount of right-click damage that the Brew can do when he's just harassing in lane. He should die as Iceberg's got the zap. Iceberg quite happy with that one. Blizzy coming over towards that area of the jungle near the mid lane and presenting Iceberg with a free kill. Magical will not be too happy with that one, as Iceberg's got a nice boost in gold and XP from that.
What a time to be buying 3
Triple nut.
Oh, yeah. I remember in Dota 1, the one guy
Oh, jeez.
played at Zeus and had brown boots.
5 braces on
Yeah.
Zeus. Damn, he must have been a hench. He was built. 3-1. 1k lead for Winstrike at the moment. These lanes still looking to favour them. Blizzy's starting to catch back up, and same thing to be said for Magical. He's still he's not totally out of it. He can recover on this Invoker. There's going to be a slow start for the Luna though on the safe lane. There's mid lane, Iceberg. He's getting in it. He's got the drive back. Magical does have he's got backup with Seneko diving in, but indeed they've already lost the Invoker. Seneko, is he going to go as well?
No
Yami's
mana
trying to
for
get the right
Avalanche.
clicks, doesn't have enough damage with the IO. Tether over
cross.
to Iceberg. They've got the Avalanche on for 2 of them. Iceberg is gone. Chu and Blizzy coming in with a reaction, and now Yamich, he should fall as well. Blizzy's got the call, and Na'Vi will punish Winstrike for diving a little too deep there.
New Avalanche look.
Yeah, that's one of the more satisfying spells for sure.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, we're interested to see how well Tiny does still play, though, because overall, obviously, the hero getting toned down a little bit. It's a little harder to make work, but Chu, he's having a good time so far, and especially with times like this where I always want to fly. Waltz is up and presents his life for free. Chu and waiting on the high ground. Mid lane, Magical with the lead in again onto Iceberg. Wraparound coming in from Blizzy. Seneko dives forward with the calls now down. Iceberg, he's throwing out a fair bit of a punch back. Does bring down Seneko with him, but will end up still falling.
So what we see here is just fighting upon fighting upon fighting. I mean, it's minute 6, and we see a lot of rotations, a lot of fights
Wow,
already.
bottom.
Radiant's
Yeah,
top
they've got the
tower is
control
under
for this
attack.
now. Non-Grata did have a pretty full stick, so should be fine to walk off there. They don't have enough damage to burst through the Brood.
He is so speedy as well.
Well, yeah, when he pops the E.
Yeah.
Well, what they call that? It's still called a Drunken Brawler now. That's what. Yeah, Drunken Brawler. I mean, he can
Avalanche.
got the backup though. Oh, Grave, just in case. You know.
in case
I
of
mean,
a
it could have been a Sunstrike. Oh no, actually couldn't. He hasn't got any points as an Exort. Just kidding. there would not have been a Sunstrike. But yeah, just to be safe.
250,
Radiant are scanning.
Is it that?
70, that's level 2 Lunar Blessing.
Jeez. He's a big boy. Blizzy. He's in trouble. Didn't get the call off in time, so won't have any armor to help him against the right clicks. Not that that would save him anyway because of the magical damage. As Blizzy will be run down by another rocket barrage. Winstrike claim the kill on the axe.
Look at this build on Giant.
What's he got?
Triple raid band, power treads.
And they thought they nerfed it. I mean, this is the they were like, okay, we'll nerf this item by you can't build it into a hurricane pipe, you can't build it into a Achilles, you can't build it into anything. But you know, and then they're like, oh, maybe we've been a little too harsh. We'll give it a +8 attack speed. Because then we've got to make sure people will buy it, and then people are like, why have you given this item +8 attack speed? Obviously, they've nerfed it down a little bit over the last 2 patches, and they've made it a little more expensive. But people are still going to buy it. Fundamentally, it's just this very slot-efficient item early game.
I mean, you need to buy something.
Yeah.
There's no Ring of Aquila. Just go for
Get
magic
raid bands.
What if you buy 1 raid band,
Radiant's
1
top
bracer,
tower is under
1
attack.
null talent?
Now, the question is,
I feel like
what?
it should mix into something.
Well, that's the problem. Then you make the items too powerful. Silent. Getting chased down here by Blizzy. Magical and Seneko. I think he's a little too deep for his own good. He'll pop the stick charges. He may find Seneko. Oh, okay. All right. The Gyro IO power coming into play as Silent stays alive and he clears up 2 of them.
I think that's just power of triple raid band.
Yeah, it is the raid. Needs to take away the plus attack speed. Why?
Alright, so why
What are
wouldn't
you
you
doing?
buy 1 or 2 wraith bands and then buy treads, for example? Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Treads are expensive. Wraith Band is cheap.
But you're gonna end up
You've
selling them.
He's already got treads.
You got the value out of it.
You've got
so
so
fine with selling it.
you don't want to have empty slots. You know, rather spend what 500 and whatever it is 520 I think at the moment. And,
Yeah,
and get a Wraith Band. It makes all the difference for these early fights. It's a crazy amount of stats. Yeah, I'm trying to think, which hero would be the most viable to get a Wraith Band, a Bracer, and a Null Talion? I mean, probably every hero, to be fair. Like, but like, it's not bad. You could absolutely find a hero that you could build one of all of them. I think you could. Those items are just too
I was
good.
level 6, does not have relocate available though, so they will finally kill off
too
the
late.
gyrocopter. He had it off, yeah, just before, but unfortunately.
Oh.
And there was a tiny, and then there was not a tiny.
Go get him.
Javash ended up didn't get. Oh, Io came back, tried to get himself out with a tether, but could not.
Alright, Navi picking it back up.
I mean, they need to. That axe almost has a blink dagger as well. That's very needed. They kind of felt like they were
Yeah, they had
struggling a little
I
bit.
mean, they had tough lanes on there. I mean,
Yeah.
the Ruby and Vogomir, Brubit's going to have a good time. You're up against the Gyro in one lane, and then Brew is just such an annoyance to lane against when you're these squishy heroes like Luna. So they had the good lanes Winstrike, but Navi now are making the moves to get themselves back in.
Let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
Rubik, level 8, 3 null talismans, and 2 points nurse. That's 33% spell at.
That's a lot. Doesn't help him if he's dead. No, as they have got him here. Winstrike were poking around, trying to make a fight happen. But the supernova goes off. Silent and Yamich have just got to get the hell out of there. The sun rays down, burning through them. Always want to fly is there with backup on the side as he'll throw the poison touch out onto the few of Na'Vi. Do start to back off, and that will be enough to save Yamich. Magical's got the Ghost Walk. They'll pop the dust out. They've got the chase down. Winstrike will find Magical. They do manage to strike back and get that kill on the Invoker.
The power of the Dazzle. It was 4 versus 3, but they were able to force him out anyway.
That was good.
Because he wants to be smart.
Well, I guess he was on interest when he went into the Ghost Walk and then couldn't toggle out. Oh, okay.
Radiant's middle
Gyro
tower
has
is under
20
attack.
armor. What?
Wait, what the 20
The
armor?
blade of Lacrity.
20 armor at 12 minutes.
Yeah, these raid bands.
These raid
are
bands.
gonna get nerfed.
We need someone else taken out of them. I'm pretty sure you can double the price. Someone's probably still gonna buy it. Mid lane chew. They'll go in the full 5-man Winstrike.
That grave on Iceberg saved his
Oh.
life. Alright, Luna pauses. Luna's not even in the fight.
Well
Just
done.
alive.
Went for level 4 lunar blasting.
Yeah.
And gives her more.
Radiant
Fight for it.
structures are fortified.
She's just. gives them
Radiant's
HP.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's middle tower.
super
has
useful
fallen.
thing. What's Iceberg? He's trying to work his way towards the Blink Dagger. 800 gold, nearly halfway there. I think it's going to be hard for Winstrike. Well, I mean, the Gyro IO Brew is really strong. It's just going to be what can Iceberg do. It's a super hard hero to play as the game scales. Because you can get run over. This Rubik sort of gets jumped by the Axe or the Tiny. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got to be super careful with his positioning and his placement. Let's see what he can do.
On the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top
Aye.
tower is under
What?
attack.
there you go.
What?
I'll just put it in my mouth.
Oh. Oh.
On the bright side, it doesn't look like this is a very one-sided 20-minute game.
Dire's top tower
Right?
has fallen.
No, I mean the
Could
gyro.
be. I mean, they're grouping up on the bottom tower.
Yeah.
There's always chance for
The gyro is like super fat.
Dire's middle
He's-
tower
Yeah,
I
is
mean,
under
really
he's
is.
2k ahead of Crystallize at the moment.
The thing about IO Gyro is you try to kill him.
Radiant
If he
structures
survives,
are fortified.
you
You die.
use every single resource.
Yeah.
He's just gonna turn, use the flat cannon, then use his spells.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is
They're
under
trying to start something. Blizzy got the call onto Silent, but he didn't get the call onto Yamich. Yamich tries for the relocate out, but the tornado is there from Magical to hold him back. A move of the cold snap onto the Eye. The rest of Na'Vi focusing Silent. The IO falls. Extra TP's coming in as Crystallize wants to join the fight. Chasing down Silent. Toss forward from Chu. They get the call. Blizzy does nearly die there to the rocket barrage, but will manage to kill the Gyro before falling himself. As again, Winstrike trying to push out a little too hard. Na'Vi are there to punt.
Luna TPs just to help them out. The both strength heroes gain like 500 HP.
Uh-oh. Non-grata. He found Blizzy. Oh,
My
that's the
God,
crit.
that crit.
The old drunken brawler. Lapping him to pieces.
So the Rubik was pretty nice on the lanes, but he kind of slowed down so much right now. Like, he still has just sitting on null talisman, so he's waiting for his big dagger. He's like 500 gold off.
They were playing nicely around and then they killed them a couple.
Yeah.
The Gavin Walker.
Oh. So much gold.
Silence really hard. I mean, they did obviously, they took him down just then, but now he's got the full S and white. Gonna go for the BKB next. As long as he has the backup of the Eye and the Dazzle, they've got so many ways to keep that Gyro alive in the fights. So it's hard for Na'Vi to take the fights if Winstrike are fully prepared as a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just need a Blink Dagger on Brewmaster, 500 gold away, and then they can start a fight. Otherwise, they really...
Yeah, they're sort of lacking someone who just jump in and commit. Brew can certainly be that. Non-grata just have a quick pause. 12 to 11 at the moment for Winstrike.
So we're kind of
3K
agreeing
lead.
that Na'Vi is behind in this game, right?
Oh, it's very close. I mean, it's like one fight territory at the moment. You know, if Na'Vi are able to get a good jump with Blizzy on his axe and follow up with the heavy amount of damage they have got from the Luna, and they do have this Axe Phoenix combo, which is always just so ridiculously good if they can get that Call and Phoenix Supernova off.
I feel like if
Yeah.
Sonaiko pulls the egg off,
Yeah,
they're gonna win a team.
yeah, 'cause
And they
it just
have the
gives them.
initiation with the axe, of course.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's sort of the one up they have compared to Winstrike at the moment, as Lacoste is saying.
And they have
got to get it on the
so
brew.
many spells
Yeah.
to protect the egg with. You have the new Avalanche, which is way better. You have Tornado, you have Axe Ball, Luna ulti. You can't just gather around the egg and hit. Also, they don't have the good egg hitters besides Gyro.
Is there any ults that you're really scared of it getting stolen by the Rubik?
Luna ulti with Bell Amp.
I guess that'll be. Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's any super crazy stuff. I mean, I don't know. Well, yeah, I feel like this game the Rubik was picked for the lane really, rather than directly looking
Yeah.
to you know, get these sort of these black holes, these big sort of team fight changing abilities. Oh, bottom iceberg does get the grab on Chu. They dive forward, they get the kill. The avalanche.
It looks so funny.
It looks like it's lagging.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's some, like, you know, frames drops. I don't know, but then it's just avalanche.
Combine the new avalanche with the
Radiant's bottom tower is
Volker's
under attack.
snap.
Radiant are scanning.
That's a Blink Dagger on Panda right now. Is level 11. 30 extra damage from talent. That's gonna hurt. They could get a pipe out of Winstrike.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Get a BKB, a lot
Did
of
they see
magical
them?
damage.
Too speedy. In the meantime, the whole enemy team, or 3 anyway, are in the Radiant jungle. Also looking for a target. Iceberg also has his Blink Dagger. And he has 1k gold sitting in his bank. Not deciding what he goes for just yet. I'm just waiting for that initiation. Oh, they need to vision.
And they won't be able to get him. I mean, well...
Will they?
No, they're not gonna... Look a bit hesitant on going on the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm waiting for? Tiny to use Toss on Dazzle and grant his wish. Always want to fly.
Dying. The dad jokes. Blizzy.
Radiant's
he's
middle
gone.
tower is under attack.
Panda is insane.
Oh, Chu. Oh, the turnaround. Oh, was that the Luna saving him with that aura or whatever it is? Damn.
So what's the aura do specifically now then?
Gives the 24 primary attribute.
24 primary attribute.
I think it's D-Best more strength.
Yeah,
HP.
you just it's a crazy amount of HP to have in
Radiant's
extra.
middle
I mean, as you
tower
said,
is
with the
under
lineup
attack.
they've got, it makes really nice sense with the Tiny and the Axe.
Well, looks like Winstrike is successfully limiting the space that Navi have to farm on the map, though.
I mean, a little. I think Navi. I don't know. I'm feeling up. They're closing this gap between the Luna and the Gyro.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about how much the Rubik's going to be able to offer as the game goes on, in
True.
comparison to sort of like Magical's Invoker. I think it's a lot harder for Winstrike to execute
Oh.
this game.
Double damage if they want to go Roche. They have lads as well.
When they want to fight.
Or they want to steal this stack. It's going to be the juicy one. Take this very nice area of the map away from Navi. Pick up that farm. Make sure that Luna doesn't get her hands on it.
Do you remember when Flag Cannon had 20 seconds? One times.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna have a BKB now. 500 gold.
Yeah,
away.
this is going to be pretty big against
Yeah.
Navi's lineup. Like, there really isn't that many ways they can kill him. Sure, the Luna still does some damage. They can get a call off and hope for some spins, but for the most part, like this gyro is going to live with Yamich and always want to fly by his side. Silent's going to be able to do a lot in the team fights, and Navi have to be very careful about taking a fight into him when he spot the BKB.
One problem that Navi has is that Axe is not tanky at all. He has just a casual ring of health.
Oh yeah,
upgrade it
he's
to
going for
anything.
yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, one sort of stun and Blizzy will
Radiant's
pull over in the
structures are
fights.
fortified.
And
Also,
he
his
got
call got
nerfed
nerfed.
with the coal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his armor is less.
And they rely so
was.
much on the physical damage from Gyro.
Dyer's
Also,
bottom
Panda
tower
deals
is
a
under
lot of
attack.
pull.
Yeah, with those.
Radiant's top tower is under
So the
attack.
timing
Radiant's
on
top
BKB
tower
on both
has
cores
fallen.
are gonna be the same. Luna
Dyer's
has
middle
one in
tower
100
is under
gold.
attack.
Gyro just needs to 2 10-second
Dyer's
BKB.
bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's bottom tower has fallen.
That's the blow. No money.
BKB and the Luna complete. Well,
Level 15 talent on Luna is garbage. 30 movement speed and beam. I mean, they had to change something because of the new lunar blast.
Yeah, I
That's
mean
how it
the
works.
rest of the heroes are so good. Yeah.
Dyer's bottom tower is under
Winstrike,
attack.
seeing if they can get some sort of surprise on Navi, but Navi,
oh, they smoke.
yeah, they smoke themselves.
Going in.
This could catch Winstrike off guard as Crystallize leads in, but Iceberg, he's going to try and jump in on
not there.
They're straight in the midst of it all, and the BKB out. Iceberg's in a lot of trouble on this Rubik as he tried to make the fight happen. He saw Na'Vi poke out, but didn't necessarily expect the full team to be there ready to fight under the back of their own smoke. As always, one of Fly's being chased down by Chu. He's got the toss, not quite enough damage to kill him off as the tether comes through, and the self-grave will keep Always Wanna Fly alive. Soneko is able to get himself away from the primal split. Chu now being chased down by the IO and the Dazzle. As in the mid, they get the Brewmaster out there. Non-Grata survives off the back of the primal split. But so far, Winstrike, they're down one, and Na'Vi's not done yet. Chu jumps forward, looks for the Avalanche. Blizzy, call onto Non-Grata. They turn with the magical from the Sunray. They bring him down, dunks there through the grave to clean up the Brewmaster as well as Na'Vi find a good fight off the back of that smoke. Could have ended in disaster coming out in that mid lane if they weren't smoked up. But they were prepared to look for action themselves and end up making the better trades. And they're not quite done yet. They're poking at Silent up top. But Iceberg is there with the wraparound. Telekinesis dragging him back. Stunning up the two of them. Nice play from Iceberg as they will quickly strike back there. Winstrike after losing the fight in the middle lane. Na'Vi proceed to pretty much throw away the gain that they got from that as they lose both Blizzy and Magical up top.
That was very greedy from them to continue going.
Yeah, it's as if they just forgot that they were going to come back into the game of respawn timers. I mean, Na'Vi just hung around in the top lane and lost two of their cores.
I love what Luna did. Figured out why the right click.
Yeah, she started killing it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then the Brew was sort of like, I got to get out of here. Yeah, definitely at this point, there's still a worry for the Brew. The Luna's able to stand the ground and punch into him. He can die during the split.
Are we back to this meta where 5 heroes and just go like this? Phoenix with the Midas and GPM talent. He's gonna have a lot of items.
Well, I think definitely if you're an Ogre Magi, you're going to...
Well, I mean, is that actually unironically the build? I'm not.
Yes.
Dude,
if you use one Midas, you can get 4 Midas.
Oh, I know.
But you need level 8.
That's already worth. Like, that's worth. It's great.
I don't know. Ogre has the low rate.
So maybe that's one of because everyone's just building Midas and going, oh, I saw this on Reddit.
Well, you gotta still remember that you're a support as well.
Yeah.
But having a Midas is definitely valuable.
I mean, it's don't get me wrong, it sounds like great fun.
How mad would you use it and it doesn't proc?
Well, I have had that. You are very disappointed when it doesn't happen. And when it doesn't happen twice in a row, even more so. So let's see some action about to happen. Smoke gets popped on the act.
I feel like we're adding too much RNG in Dota.
There is lots of passage.
Panda's drunk. You can go 20% slower or 40%.
Yeah, I swear most of the time.
At least for Panda it alternates, right? You can play off of it and always starts giving you the speed buff first and then it slows down and then it goes up again. Like, that actually makes sense. It's like a wave, you know? It's not completely random.
Oh, it is? I thought it was. It is a smooth wave from fast to
you always get fast in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got it.
I thought it was random.
Eggs coming out as well. The tether is enough to keep the tether up.
Silent's just dying. Crystallize just does too much damage on the Luna. He just shredded through the Gyro and the Io. And Iceberg's going to die as well. They're not even going to be able to TP out here on the Dazzle as the Lucifer Beam comes out from Crystallize, cancelling the TP, getting a triple kill. And Crystallize just shredded through Winstrike there.
They need Brewmaster in this.
Hey, hang on. What was he doing?
Farming.
Okay, he's going to go Relic. But you're right, yeah, they need to fight with the Brew. I mean, it's still, even then, it's hard, because Crystallize with this BKB, this is the problem. When Crystallize pops his BKB, and Silent pops his BKB, Crystallize is just going to kill Silent every time.
Yes, because he has one more item right now, and that's Butterfly, so a lot of damage is going to be mitigated.
So we know Rubik is going to fall off a little bit in this portion of the game. What does Winstrike need to be able to take these fights other than having a Brewmaster in it? Because it feels like they're just not having the damage to kill people.
I mean, they need to find a way to just jump on the Luna, instantly disable her, because at the moment, Crystallize, if he pops his BKB, like, the fight's just over for Winstrike.
Yeah.
The problem is they don't have a hero
No,
that
it's-
can disable Luna.
It's got to
through
be
the
Iceberg.
BKB.
He's got to get the telekinesis, but then sort of telekinesis into what?
There's no follow-up. Yeah.
Like, she's always going to get the BKB off unless they can get the missile down in preparation and then find some sort of perfect chain combo. It's so hard for them to just focus and chain stun down the Luna. Like, Crystallize is always going to be able to fight back, which is what makes this Luna so scary. Lizzie jumped here. I think we'll get left behind. Na'Vi don't want to turn and try and help him out. Bit of a lost cause as that will find the axe.
By the time Gyro gets panicked, Luna is gonna.
Oh, Dazzle.
Bye. Hey, he got tossed. Oh.
There's the joke.
Yep.
Hey, he got his dream.
That joke coming through.
Yep. Ooh, Io, where'd he go? Oh, he relocated back to where he came from.
It feels like this game. They get a Roche,
Yeah,
they get
Aegis.
Aegis
Yeah.
on Luna.
Like, they're going to take the base so quick. If they win a fight, Na'Vi, they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to destroy the base of Winstrike.
That's Alacrity Luna. Butterfly. They have a...
Oh no, now the brew. Oh no,
No
not non-grata.
He buys back for that though.
I mean, he knows they have to contest this Roche. If Na'Vi get this Aegis, they can absolutely threaten Rax, maybe even more.
Ooh, egg coming out as well. There's the split.
He does get it off this time. What's he going to do with it? I mean, this split will just die to the Luna. He sent the Luna up in the air for now, but as soon as Crystallize comes back down, like, he has to get out of there. The BKB's going to be popped. Crystallize has the ult, and Winstrike, can they take him down? But the BKB Silent trying his best to commit. The BKB does now wear off the Crystallize. There's a bit of an opening here, but on the backline, Blizzy, he's jumped forward with the Blade Mail. Chu's back in with the Avalanche and Toss. Silent has found a double kill, though. He's going to get Chu as well by the looks of it. Magical finds the Tornado. There's not enough damage getting kills. This time round, Winstrike does cost them
Hello, Dazzle.
Caster's Curse coming through.
Oh, no!
got
Walked into it. Oh, he didn't know. He didn't know Iceberg. Oh.
That was two things. First of all, Brewmaster putting Luna up in the air basically made her a problem for later, allowed them to kill off something on the side.
Yeah, that was the big.
The Phoenix on the side, and Phoenix X maybe a little too early, and Dazzle OP. He was able to keep so many people alive that fight. Doesn't matter if you can't dunk if people
Magical.
are strong.
Okay, it's a bit of a bait here. I mean, Chu's going to go in. I say it's a bit of a bait. I think that was Magical saying,
It's gonna die for him.
yeah, he's got it. I mean, Chu's not going to be happy with Magical about that one. You know, Magical was... Chu has to throw his life away to keep Magical alive there, as Magical just poked at the Gyro. I mean, they had dust on them. That was always going to be run at.
A dieback.
It was a little bit crazy from Magical.
Also, one of the reasons why Winstrike won that fight is they
Yeah.
used 3 buybacks.
They did use a lot more.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they absolutely needed to do so. If Na'Vi got that Roche, it would have been pretty game ruining for Winstrike.
So, new Satanic on Gyro gives then status resistance, lock him down. Let's say Tiny uses his Avalanche, it's not gonna last long enough. You can pop a BKB between the rock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's massive.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, actually.
BKB's
Maybe-
instant. I guess that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just make it.
I wasn't even on the mic. You know, no one heard that. So.
Radiant.
All right, Winstrike, one fight and an Aegis, and now they're back in it. They need to. They can't really afford any mistakes though. They'll have to be very careful. And then high ground defense into a Tiny and an Invoker and a Phoenix is pretty tricky.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're gonna try anyway.
Dire's top
They
tower
really can't
is under
siege.
attack.
Gyro is cool, he has
Dire's
Satanic
structures
and
are
Wisp
fortified.
behind him, but they have a lot of lockdown. They need to take a fight.
Dire are scanning. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Back to you, OD.
They're coming out.
Nice. It worked though. Good.
They got
Dire's top
scammed there.
tower
The Winstrike.
is
Well, I mean, Winstrike. No. I'm outside the base. I mean, I don't even know if Na'Vi want to try and take We've got the ults online. Winstrike.
Ah, you wait until the Aegis is gone, surely.
Yeah, I think Na'Vi are more interested in just getting sort of that extra item on Crystallize.
Yeah.
And finding a fight at this
Ooh.
point. Winstrike, though,
Winstrike wants a fine fight.
For sure. Aegis and all of the ultimates online.
Now's the time, especially if they can catch Na'Vi out of position, if they can get some skirmishes going. You see Phoenix not with the team right now. Axe, if they can find him, not with the team right now.
Oh, Smoke's going to dispel. They got eyes on Blizzy. They've got the damage as well. He's got no blink, no escape.
Yeah, that blade
Blizzy
mail
is
doesn't do
gone.
anything either. Like, he procced it, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, they got so much
healing.
Yeah.
so much sustain. Oh, not magical. Caught out up top as well. He pops a BKB, but it's not going to do anything at all.
How did they get there so fast?
I mean, what was he doing up there? Was
Rubik
more the
Oh,
question,
that's
but-
relocate.
into reload. There are new items. There is crown. There is
Oh yeah, where's the crown?
Well, the Holy
No one's
Locket,
got a
Dazzle should
crown.
surely build a Holy Locket. Oh, he's not building anything, though.
I mean, Solar Crest is also
Solar
super
Crest is also
OP.
good.
Is under attack.
Solar Crest is crazy now. I mean, it was
I
already
mean,
super
we
good.
had Ring of Threat.
Radiant structures
No,
are
we don't.
fortified.
Damn.
Ring of
Checking if you're paying attention. You are.
So the Solar Crest right now, if you put it on someone,
Radiant's
you
middle
gain
tower has
movement
if you
speed
put it
as
on
well.
If you put on one of your allies.
And
Yeah.
one of your allies. And if you
attack
put it on an
speed.
enemy,
They lose.
he lose movement speed.
Attack speed as well.
And attack speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's attack speed, movement speed, and armor. All three get increased or decreased depending if it's an ally or an enemy.
And it's
And you
a
only lose
decent
armor.
amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, they're straight in. Silent. He's in with the BKB. Blizzy is getting beaten down. Crystallize is trying to fight back, but now at this point, they have more than enough heals
Radiant's middle
to
barracks
outdo the
has
damage that
fallen.
Crystallize can offer. It's Winstrike, they get away with the melee racks.
Yeah. Once they realized that Magical didn't have buyback, they just went in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good, really good timing. Aegis just running out. They got
That's
what they wanted.
perfect.
Melee racks, and that's it. X has a BKB now, so that's pretty huge. They just need Invoker to follow up with.
On Winstrike, Non-Grada's nearly got that completed Radiance. Something else that gonna make these fights half an hour, especially with the BKB charges running low, at least beginning to. It's a full mech on Yamich. Many ways to keep one another alive. Keep Silent going throughout the fights. B. Gonna look to hunt. I know with the Aegis expired, there could be a chance to sort of find that someone out on their own. But at the moment, Winstrike are just playing super safe. Keeping it as a 5-man. They're keeping it together. They're coming outside of the base. They're on the low ground. They're looking towards Crystallize. Homing missile is upon him. There's a TP coming from to shine. Jump forward from Chu. He's got the combo, but Silent popped the BKB. He's got the lifesteal as well. Crystallize has popped his own BKB, but he's just missing every attack. They've got him surrounded. The cooldown coming into place. As Crystallize is gone, Blizzy will take a homing missile to the face. No, the BKB. TP out will keep Blizzy safe. He's able to get out with his BKB, but Magical is being chased. He'll turn with a quick deafening blast. Throw it in the ice wall, but the jump across it is there from the Brew. Non-Grada has the control, the slow, the slap, the damage. To bring down Magical as well.
They could probably force out the buyback from the Luna, right? Crystallize. He surely has to buy back because he can just walk up otherwise and kill more racks.
They can certainly push. Non-Grada didn't even have to use Primal Split in that fight.
Invoker doesn't have a buyback. 200 gold. Rune spawn. So if they want to go and try to pick those up, he's gonna have a buyback. Axe not doing anything. Could have
Radiant's
picked up
middle
these two
barracks
top
are
runes
under
and he would
attack.
have a buyback.
So Neko is on the bot lane. He might be able to pick up some runes. But he's teleporting
There are
out. Never
none.
mind. What? No, it's not. There's no runes. It's 36 minutes, not 35.
Yeah, but the top lane.
Ah,
part of
my
the map,
bad.
there are still two runes to pick up.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Getting a second set of racks here.
Yep.
They can look for more too. All the tier 2's already gone.
20 seconds still.
And Crystallize really doesn't want to buy back as he knows that without the magic it's not 5 or more. Maybe one out the Blizzy. And Seneko in there. They've got the egg off. It's a good one as well. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to kill the egg in time. The stun is successful from the Supernova. Crystallize finds a double kill. Silence got to back off now on the gyrocopter. The crystallized does get thrown up into the air by the tornado. They jump forward. Blizzy with the call onto Non-Grada's primal split. He's looking to control this Brewmaster. Can they kill him as his ult ends? They are a little low themselves. They've got to be careful. They get the avalanche down. So Non-Grada's got no blink, no escape. He will turn.
Oh my
beat
God.
down the oh, Jesus. He's a chew. Will survive.
What a hero.
But the drunken brawler. Gotta be careful.
Oh, that was really nicely executed by Na'Vi.
Yeah,
the
they all-
offensive egg, then called from Act. The
Needed
problem
to-
is they lost 2 stars.
Yeah. And they had to buy back on Crystallized. But you know, it keeps the game going. It's giving them the money for the MKB. Roshan is back up. I mean, if Na'Vi go there now, there's still 80 seconds without the Brewmaster. Non-Grada does have buyback, but Na'Vi, they could at least make him buyback by going for the Rosh. I mean, 80-second window, that's got to be appealing. It looks like they'd rather not go for Roshan. They just want to go straight for the push. We'll see if this pays off. But if they lose a fight off the back of a failed push,
That's a game.
they might try and get the buyback out of the Brew and then back
Yeah.
off and retreat to Roshan.
Or maybe
They
just
got it,
the
they got it.
tower. So
Don't
that-
farm.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, at least maybe.
I mean, did they got
force out
50
the
seconds out of the
buyback?
Brew? At least force the... I feel like Na'Vi should at least force buyback or go for Rosh here.
Yeah.
There's a double damage rune outside of the Roshan.
Yeah.
If Na'Vi just goes over to that pit and gets...
No, Silent's gonna get it.
They're afraid to
I
go.
guess.
If they get
There's
caught on Luna, he has no buyback.
Like they've got to go for Rosh. There's DD. The
Let's-
stars are aligned. You've got to go and take that Roshan before the Brew's back up.
650
There we go.
damage.
That's
Now, this
quite
is
a lot
big.
of
If
damage.
Na'Vi can get away with it, but yeah, you've got to. They're going to buy back on the Brew. They know that Na'Vi's doing this. The question is, can Na'Vi commit and finish these off? With that double damage, they're going to get close. Jump forward. Blizzy's got the call. The BKB's going to be popped out, but already crystallized. He's not popped his own BKB.
No.
He's getting set up now, but the BKB's able to pick up the Aegis. He's turning to fight. Blizzy falling low. They've got the supernova stun off. They're all stunned on Silent. He's going to fall. They've got one. They've got two. Potentially, they'll get the tornado out. Io's gone as well as the Dazzle. Blizzy's still alive. As Iceberg surrounded, avalanched up. Na'Vi take the fight around the pit.
There's 3 buybacks available for Winstrike. Na'Vi have to defend their own base though. If they think that they can't end right now, they gotta.
They gotta
push
just
back
shut
bot.
down mid. They've got a creep wave on its way out. Right, the bottom dire creeps are pushing out. There are buybacks available on Winstrike. and
Yeah, but they gotta force them out.
Yeah, they'll have to use them.
And Phoenix is already going back, so they can just do this with the
part of
4 of
it
them.
looked a little risky, you know. Crystallized, he didn't pop his BKB at the start, so he got telekinesis, and it looked like it was going to be close to him maybe dying before he's able to offer anything. But they get the BKB off, gets the Aegis picked up. Now he's pushing with it. Triple buybacks come out.
Oh, the lift as well. He has Aegis, but no BKB yet for another 14 seconds.
Very tanky.
He's fine.
I think especially with Primal Split not available, but they're going
Job,
for...
top lane.
Ooh, okay. They relocated back out.
Are you going for a bit of that? I mean, those sort of relocate split... Oh, the creep's
gone.
Run away, sir.
Panic. That was a really crazy fight though, because it felt like Winstrike, they knew that Na'Vi was in the pit and they went in pretty confidently, but they just didn't have clear focus on who to go for.
And it's as Na'Vi's been playing well with the X from Seneca have been very nicely placed at his team fights.
And he is the only one, together with Magical perhaps, that is fairly squishy. The rest is so sturdy, and Magical's positioning has been really great.
With this Invis rune, he could set something up.
Oh, one of the pop.
He's in. That's the perfect setup. That's the Dreamer's crystallized in as well. Silent is able to pop the Satanic, get himself back up to full health with the Supernova eggs out. Non-Grada does get the ult out, and he's able to run away with the Primal Split. Winstrike able to somehow disengage from what could have been a potential fatal jump from Crystallize upon them.
Crystallize has a BKB available if he wants to.
Let's see if they can control the split enough. The Avalanche does come out, but it's not enough to hold back the Earth Ruling. Winstrike are able to get everybody back. But that is the Primal Split used. But at the same time for Na'Vi as well. That was the Supernova expended. And Na'Vi will settle down a little bit. Didn't have to put the BKB. We're seeing Crystallize queuing up a Rapier in this situation. So really feeling that he has to go for sort of the big playoff item trying the game. We'll see if he does finish it off and does commit for it. But he's got 3,400 gold saved in the bank, and he's got a Rapier queued up.
He might swap things around. I don't think he needs a Rapier. He queued it up after they were kind of losing. Now they're in a way better position, so he just might go.
Well, at this point, he also wants to save for buyback, and he's a fairly wealthy man, so
Well,
his buyback's
I think
probably
his
very
buyback's still on cooldown, isn't it, Luna?
It's expensive though, so he needs
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
So until it's back.
But he can't farm that much in 2 minutes.
No, but they can intend to try and take an objective whilst the
Yes.
split is still on cooldown. Probably nearly going to be back up now.
Yeah.
Na'Vi can't find punish that downtime. Too long.
Yeah, Winstrike's also going to make sure that they're always close together from now on, though.
Dire's
So
bottom tower is under
it's going to be
attack.
tough. But they're going to try to make a play in bot lane, it seems.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
See if they can force some people back to base.
They're going for a bit of the split. GII are racing
Dire's
them for
bottom
the
tower is under
for the
attack.
potential of taking the racks on the top lane. Now we may have to.
Yeah, they got to go back. Or at least one person. We already see Seneko going back, but yeah, that should be enough, actually.
Radiant's top
These are
shrine is
catapult
under
waves, so
attack.
they should be careful about it.
Yeah.
They could reload BKB and just TP out. They know. He got him.
Oh, he got it. Very nice grab from Blizzard. Getting a Mitch there, hiding in the trees. And he was one of the ones that brought back on the last defense, so he's gone for 2 minutes on that IO. That is a decent amount of backup that Silent has had to rely on in previous fights. So if they can fight the gyro without the IO, Na'Vi in a fantastic position in the team fight. And see how much they can poke out of them. Crystallize still continuing to save that gold. 300 at the moment. A lot of money also saved up on Seneko, 5k. Silent does pick up the butterfly. And, okay, so now he's spending the money. He's got the full refresher on the Phoenix. Double supernova.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures
we can
are
do.
fortified.
70 seconds having to defend 4 versus 5 though.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Nice, so jacked.
Oh, Lizzie, he's in. He's got the grab on Silent. Silent just gets deleted. He doesn't have buyback. That's maybe, probably GG there. He's dead. He's dead for 2 minutes. Winstrike have to somehow try and hold with just the 3 of them. But Blizzy catching him out like that. And again, Blizzy's in onto Always Want to Fly. Supernova's going to be coming through as well. There is a stolen Supernova, but the stolen egg will get destroyed straight away as GG is caught. And Na'Vi will take game 1.
Dire's middle
As
tower
it definitely looked for parts of that Winstrike had it in them, but you can't afford to any sort